All right. Hello, this is Mr. McCarthy. This is going to be Personal Finance 2.2. Yesterday we talked about sources of income, or not yesterday, but in 2.1 we talked about sources of income. One of the things we talked about that we want to try and get to is passive income. I want money I don't have to do anything to make. All right, that's good money to get in. We talked about some ways you can get that. There's a lot of different websites, and we found out there's a lot of different ways. You can't have too many sources of income. Can't have too many streams coming in of the ways you're going to get money. Okay. So today we talk about setting financial goals. All right, let's look at our old Google search here and see what Google has to say for us. So, what are financial goals? Financial goals are objectives or milestones that you want your money to cover at a specific time, whether it's building an emergency fund, becoming debt free, or going on a fabulous vacation. Who doesn't want to go on a vacation? Your financial goals need to be clear. It helps if there's something that are achievable also. All right. So we have financial goals up. Let's check this one real quick and see what it says for setting financial goals. So I like NerdWallet, and it seems to be a pretty good site. We've looked at Investopedia also. We're gonna try a different one today. We might come back to that Investopedia article here in a second. But how to set financial goals. All right. Find your inspiration, why you want to do it. All right. Attaching reasons to your goals can put them in perspective and fuel motivation. That's good. I like that. Examine your situation, multiple goals in mind, and don't know what to do next. So you got to figure out how you're going to get there. All right. Create a budget. We're going to talk about that. An emergency fund. These are good goals. Okay. An emergency fund is a good goal to have. All right. And we're going to talk about this some more later on. A healthy emergency reserve acts as a safety net during financial shocks like a job loss or unexpected medical bill. We recommend you save up enough to cover 3 to 6 months of expenses, or at least $500. Saving for retirement. Most of you in this class are young, so retirement is kind of a far thing away. Pay off your debt. That's a good one to have. Hopefully you don't have any debt. They have this thing that they call SMART. Consider all the necessary pieces of a plan. Specific, yes. Measurable, yes. Achievable, realistic, and time bound. I like those. Those are all good things. Specific, got to know exactly what it's going to be. Measurable, we got to have some way to see if we're getting there. Achievable, got to be something we can get. Realistic, you can't say I'm going to be a millionaire in 3 days. That's not realistic. And time, you can't just have it be for forever. You want to have a goal. You want to have a time frame to get it done in. All right, write them down so that you have them, and treat yourself. Setting goals that have to feel like a chore. Reward yourself for making progress and completing objectives. All right, so those are all good things. I like a lot of those. I really like the SMART thing: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. Those are all good things to look at. So we went back. We're going to check out the Investopedia article here: how to set financial goals for your future. All right. And it goes through things to talk about a lot of the same things. All right. Now they break theirs down into short term and long term goals. So, short term, establish a budget. Yeah, we're going to talk about that a lot. You got to know what you have, how much you can spend, and what you can do with it. Okay. Same thing here. Create an emergency fund. Money set aside specifically to pay for unexpected expenses. 500 to 1,000 is a good goal. Expand it so that your emergency fund can cover larger financial difficulties like unemployment. We are definitely going to come back and talk about that in some later units. So going through, it talks about paying off credit cards. A lot of the same things. Those are all short-term things we can do right now. Midterm financial goals, life insurance, disability income insurance. We're going to talk about those later on. Paying off your student loans so that it can't keep growing and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Consider your dreams, buying a first home. That's a good goal to have. Long-term financial goals. So more so, we'll talk about retirement when we talk about long-term goals. So we're going to come back to our Google here. This was our search for financial goals. Some other things I've looked at. Let's check out the balance here. So goals for the new year. This is our new year. So these are all financial goals. Number one, stick to a monthly spending plan. All right. And we were talking about how to set those goals. All right. And I think SMART was the one to look at. not specifically what those goals need to be, and that's kind of more what we're talking about here. Sticking to a monthly spending plan, write down every penny you spend, stick to your budget, pay off your debt, don't add more debt, save up an emergency fund. We've looked at that one a couple times. Start saving for retirement. Okay, so these are some goals you can set, but more so when we talk about how you're going to set them, I think the smart that we saw at NerdWallet, that seems to be the one that right now that I like personally the best. Let's see here. Oh, that was a good one. Let's go back and see that article real quick. Definitions and examples. This is also from NerdWallet, so we're going heavy on NerdWallet today. So definitions and examples are the monetary targets you strive to hit, such as saving for a wedding or eliminating student loan debt. All right, so your goal can be anything. Saving for your hitching. Financial goals are the personal big picture objectives you set for how you'll save and spend money. Hope to achieve in the short term or further down the road. We talked about that. They can be short term, long term. Okay, here's some examples. Saving for retirement, that might be long term. Debt should probably be a little bit more short term. Emergency fund, hopefully you don't need it. Buying a home, saving for a vacation, starting a business. Financially secure. I like this one. We talked about financial independence. And we'll talk about this more when we talk about what goals. All right, we come through here, why they matter. All right, help shape your future by influencing the actions you take today. That helps you become who you want to be. All right, so, and then they talk about what's next, how to create them, and things like that. So let's go back to our NerdWallet one last time and kind of touch base on that. Our SMART method that we talked about. So, inspiration, examine your situation. We talk about all those. Okay, so we talk about goals. SMART, got to be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. All right, those are good things to think of when we talk about setting your goals.